Hey guys, I'm back and I'm meeting with another one of my guest panelists for Real Estate for Beginners 4. This is going to be Toni Weaver. She's also a business partner of mine. She's got a lot of good things going on, so I'm going to sit down and have a quick chat with her and see what she got going on lately. Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. Good to see you. You too. All right. So I am so thankful and honored for you to be one of the guest panelists at Real Estate for Beginners 4. So I like to just kind of give people an idea about what Real Estate for Beginners is about for me prior to us just chatting. So I started Real Estate for Beginners 4 years ago. And the main reason I started is just because, over the years, I've always had people asking me, how can I get started in real estate? How can I do what you do? All of this. So my thought was maybe I could put on some type of event or something where I could talk to a variety of different people about getting started in real estate.
Okay.
And my whole thing was I always wanted it to be kind of like a step-by-step type of thing so that when people come, they can actually learn something and they could be like, oh, I'm ready to start tomorrow, and it's not just like they attend some event and then they just walk out and they didn't get anything from it. Right. So that was always my thoughts in the beginning, and it's still that way, but now it's kind of developed into almost like a passion and a true intent for me to just get the knowledge out to our community because that's what's missing. That's what's missing. They need information, they need knowledge, and if they could learn the information that's needed, I feel that so many more people will be able to do so much more.
Right.
So that's my pure intent. And I try to get people on the panel that's kind of on the same, have the same mission as me. And I know that we have a lot of the same goals and missions as well. So I just was for sure I got to get you on this panel. Yeah. So just to catch up a little bit, so what's been going on in your real estate world and, what you got going on?
So right now I still have a couple things that I try to marry with real estate. And it has to do a lot with helping survivors of trauma.
Okay.
And so that's been my mission, and I didn't even realize it was my mission.
Yeah.
It's just
that's how
who
I
am.
Sometimes.
It's just kind of like who you are. But this last deal that I had made it crystal clear.
Okay.
The people that were involved, it was like, okay, I'm Generation X. My client was a baby boomer, and then the sellers who were selling the property, they're the silent generation.
I don't even know what that one is.
For baby boomers, right?
Oh, okay.
So it was such a different experience because the sellers were the wife. The husband was okay. He's 96. The wife was almost 90. She did not want to sell, so I never had a reluctant seller. But she kept saying, I'm giving away my whole life.
Yeah.
And it was just a whole lot of back and forth.
Yeah.
And then my client had some stuff where she kind of lost people since COVID. Everybody that was key to her. So she was she's struggling with, she don't have the people in her life that typically is sitting next to her side making these big decisions.
Okay.
And she kept saying to me, you have a ministry. This is a gift. The way that I feel, she's like, I don't want to make a move without you because I feel so safe.
Okay.
And she was using key words that the clients that I serve in my nonprofit life, which are women who've experienced trauma, different types of trauma.
Yeah.
That's some of the words that they use. I'm like, okay, I've been trying to figure out how to merge the two, not knowing that the two are already merged. So basically, with this renewed discovery or rediscovery of what I'm doing, I feel like I am the holistic realtor.
So it's almost like you walking into your purpose.
Correct.
With what you're already doing.
Right. With the real estate. Because I've been trying to figure it out because even with some of the people that I serve, like as far as they're homeless in situations because of the trauma, so they don't have homes, and trying to get them from being, okay, first they need to get into a home to rent, but eventually I want them to be homeowners. And so we gotta get that together.
For sure.
But yeah, so I've been doing it. I've been a licensed agent for 21 years now.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about how you first got started in real estate.
So initially, I worked in a factory. I was a union rep in a factory. Being a union rep in a factory, you got a lot of free time on your hands. Okay. And
I didn't know that, but okay.
You do. I worked in medical in the office, so I was bored. And so I took the real estate class. Okay. Middleton passed it.
I remember Middleton. Are they still around?
I think so. Okay. Passed it. The company I worked for paid for it because back then the benefits were excellent. Okay. Paid for it. And so my clientele were the people on the plant floor. It was easy. Everybody was making big money. Of course. So I was selling brand new houses.
Okay,
and so I was
that's perfect.
In addition to the plant money. So that's how I got started. It was just always kind of like a little side thing. And years and years later after my divorce, not immediately after my divorce, but some years after my divorce, I turned it into you know what, I'm just going to jump out here on faith and try to do this thing full time. So I've been doing real estate related stuff because there's so many different facets.
So many different,
I've been doing that full time for the last 7 or 8 years.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So I love how you are kind of intertwining, as you mentioned, like your passions in with real estate as well. So can you speak more on how you plan to go forward with that?
I can, because everybody that I'm supposed to connect to and connect with is kind of just falling into place. And it's been, again, I've been doing some of the same things. The big picture is it's just that I'm helping people. Yeah. And that's just who I am. Yes. Whether it's really and I think back like when I was a union rep, like I've always had that type of personality, that type of character where I'm protective of my people. Yeah. And so I want to help them. And that's all I'm doing is just carrying it on into different areas. Yeah. And kind of what I try to teach my children, like, you may not understand where you are in certain jobs or certain settings, but absorb it. Yeah. Get something from it, because a light bulb will click off down the road like, oh, I know how to do this already. Definitely. Because I dealt with something similar. Yeah. So going forward, like I said, just the connections to different people who want to see that vision. They want us like, okay, you got women, we got money. Yeah. You got women that need this. Oh, I got houses. Okay. So that's all coming into play, and just trying to figure out on a bigger scale where I can get it. I don't know if I'll be doing it. So now I go into different places and do groups with the women. Okay. And I started last week. I told them like, hey, we've been doing all this work for your mental health and blah, blah, blah. I said, but in addition to getting your mind right, we need a plan. Yep. Because you can't stay in this situation where you are. They give you so many months and they're going to be trying to put you out. Yep. So the next thing is, here's a number. Call this lady here because she has houses. I also found out she'll get you from being a renter to a home. Like, so those things. And so even today, we had more women come in that they weren't at the last group last week. So I'm like, oh, you weren't there. You need this lady's number. Call her immediately. Right. So I'm going to set up a meeting with the lady because I've been giving out her number. Yeah, that's my awesome. Next step.
That is awesome. And I have found that this is so true. When you have a true desire and intention to do something within, it will happen. And I know how you've been trying like for a long time, like to just, what can I do about these people? And I love the fact that at the end of the day, you're just trying to help these people.
That's it.
And it just happens to be how you're making a living as well.
That's the cherry on top. Yeah. I'm not chasing money. Yeah. the money is the cherry on the top. And that's the one thing that I would want to tell the people that's coming to this conference. Like, don't go into real estate for the money.
So that's what we've been talking about.
You go into it for whatever that passion is. If it's to be free, is it, just it's different things. Focus on that, because then it won't feel like a push and pull or a job.
Gotta close this deal. And then at that point, it's like you resisting what's meant to come for you, because it's supposed to just flow. Nothing should be forced. So I love that, and that's particularly like the people that I want a part of this event on this panel is people that have true desires and intentions on things that don't involve money. Like, we all gotta make a living, so of course the money will come, but that's not like the first thing. Like, I gotta make this money, I gotta do this. So that's why I feel like you're perfect for this panel.
Thank you.
Another thing is, with everything you got going on, I really want to get with you about the 12 months to home ownership program, because we can definitely connect some of those people with, I'm sure most of them probably have credit issues, because once you get in that type of situation, unfortunately it takes an effect on your credit. So
I've been in that. So the thing is, I'm them. Like, I'm just them in a different space now. So that's why I can relate to them. Like, I look at myself in every person, every situation. I'm like, okay, I remember being, because I left a situation where I had a lot of stuff, assets and stuff that I could liquidate into money had I needed it. But the peace of mind was the top priority for me. So I left those things and was like rock bottom. So I wasn't homeless because I did have an asset that I could go. I moved into one of my rental properties, but that was the only thing I took. And I had rental properties. At one time, I had 15, 16 rental properties along with my home, my homestead home or whatever. And I left all of those things because again, for the peace of mind. So I can, and my credit got jacked up.
That's what
it's still been a struggle as far as getting myself in this position where I feel comfortable financially, but I'm doing pretty good. I'm okay.
That's perfect. Again,
just to be able to show people, like, stuff like this happens, but that don't define that's not going to define who you are.
Right.
Like, you can move ahead and get beyond that, and it's going to start here.
Yeah, and it's important for events like this. I know for sure for the events that I put on, it's important to me for people to know that when you went through things, it's important to know, because some people are in that space right now where they may be going through, they don't know which way to turn, they just feel like giving up. And it's like, no, we got these people in this panel that's been through that, and they were able to get past it and move on. And it's just like, you never know, like, you might go through something like that again, because it's life, but as long as you know that you can get past that and keep going. So it's all a matter of just giving people hope as well, and just kind of giving back. Like, I feel like we are here to give our contribution. It's not all about what we can get, it's about what we can give. So
gifts, it's a gift. The gift is to give.
Yes, that's so absolutely true. So thank you so much for having this little chat with me. I'm looking forward to you being on the panel, and when we do it, it'll be more so, this was just for me to, get a refresher of what you got going on. So any questions that I ask will probably be based around what we talked about today, or what you have going on in your business. And so that's it. Looking forward to it. Thank you for coming here, and also willing to be a part.
You're welcome. I appreciate you.
Oh, no
extending the invitation.